What is going on, my friends? Lauren Sisler here with ESPN, hanging out with Mike the Real McCoy.
What's up, world?
What's up, world? Former receiver at Alabama, 06 to 09. Maximum Performance is where you can catch him, flexing, training, doing all the things. Okay, so we're heading into week 6 of the college football season. And by the way, week 6 is October 8th, which has been circled on a lot of calendars.
Yes.
A lot of calendars, because it is Alabama, Texas A&M week. So we're going head to head.
Oh, let's go now. Oh, let's go now. Oh, can't stop us. Oh, let's go now. Let's go now.
Your overall thoughts on how Alabama showed up against that Arkansas team?
Well, I think it took a minute for offense and defense to adjust to losing their leader and taking on a new leader. So I think that's the biggest deficit or the biggest change. Because I think if Bryce would have stayed in there, hey, man, it would probably been 63 to probably about 14 maybe. But
look, I think you make a good point, because I know that Bryce Young is obviously the leader of the offense, but really he is the leader of the football team.
Yes.
And when your star player goes out, when your leader goes out, it does impact the team. I think from just a chemistry standpoint, just kind of a, all right, we got to settle in and figure this thing out. So the big question will be, looking ahead, what that looks like. But I do want to get your take, because obviously Bryce Young goes out with the shoulder sprain. And as of right now, Nick Saban says that's still day-to-day. From your vantage point, what do you think the ceiling is for Jalen Milroe as a quarterback leading this football team? Okay, take Bryce Young out of it. You give him, the world is his oyster. Let's name him the starting quarterback tomorrow. What is Jalen Milroe capable of?
I think he's your Cam, he's your Lamar Jackson type of player. He's an electric. He definitely has a big arm. We know he can throw it down the field. We know he can make the little tunnel screens and, short passes. But I would like to see what can he do between 15 and 35 yards. Can you complete? Can you break the team apart? But the true essence of a good offensive coordinator is, can you adjust to your quarterback? It shouldn't be the same every year unless you have a quarterback, boom, 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 the same quarterback 4 years consecutively. But you play to the strengths of your guys. So I expect him to do a lot of, be some wildcat. I see him doing some tunnel screens, and we know we're going to blow the top off. So, and we know he's a strong runner. He's the big, he's bigger than every running back we got. So 6'2", 220? It looked like Derrick Henry.
And dude put up, 270-plus yards?
Come on, man. He's different.
Runs throughout the game, touchdown runs.
Yes. So I'm excited. If me as an offense coordinator, I'm going to play to his strengths. Like I said, that's going to be, short screens. I'm going to get them comfortable, bring the defense up, and then we're going to blow the top off. Once that's not working, we're going to run the thing. It's easy. If you need to call me during halftime to make adjustments, Bob, I got you. Call me, bro.
I would say if this was the preseason and we were talking up the hype like we were with Texas A&M several weeks ago, I think people would be like, oh, yeah, we need Bryce Young. He's got to be in there. He's our leader. If we're going to get the job done against this Texas A&M team, I think that would have been sort of the narrative. I think coming into this matchup, October 8th, this matchup looks quite a bit different, I think, on paper than it did before, because Texas A&M hasn't quite showed us what they're capable of or what we thought they were capable of, and some of that has to do with the fact that some of their key star players are out of the mix, namely their quarterback, number one. Max Johnson right now dealing with a hand injury, and so I think that's the number one thing. Will he be available at the quarterback position? If not, your backup quarterback, Haynes King, comes in, and so he's the one. Now, he's not dismal. Has shown us some things as a quarterback, but I think consistency at that position is a huge issue and a huge concern. Let's be real. Texas A&M, they lose to App State. Okay, and you think, wow, sometimes that happens. You got a team that comes in like that. You were looking the other way, weren't paying attention, weren't prepping, weren't getting ready. Oh, App State comes in and beats them. But then this past weekend against Mississippi State, woo, I just don't know where this Texas A&M offense has gone.
Well, let me say this. App State may do some numbers against Alabama's defense.
Yeah.
Let's just say they ain't no Rudy Poo. They ain't just sorry. But I don't think it's going to be a matchup. I still think it's going to be a juggernaut game because you got two coaches that really don't like each other. They got static. Everybody remember they were taking shots at each other on TV. That's not even Coach Saban, you know? So anytime that you get him out of his comfort zone, maybe you know something. So I'm still excited. I think it's going to be a game. You can't sleep on A&M. So we know what their defense is capable of doing. We don't have our quarterback who distributes the ball to 8 different receivers. So it's going to be a different type of offense. So I think Bama's going to be a little more conservative on the offensive side. It's going to match there. So I think it's going to come down to who has the ball at the end of the game.
I think you make good points there. And speaking of the defense for Texas A&M, it's a tale of two teams here. So this past week against Mississippi State, they gave up 473 total yards.
How many?
473
oh my God.
total yards.
Did y'all show up?
6 touchdowns. Big difference from what they were giving up before, which was an average of 12 points. So it depends on what defense shows up. Offensively, as I said, Max Johnson, he's dealing with a hand injury. I don't think he's going to play. You get Haynes King as your quarterback. Also without star receiver Anais Smith. That kid, Anais Smith, I hate that he's out for the season. You know, it's really a bummer. But let's just put it this way: you got A-Chain back there running that football, doing some things. He's electric. He's electric, a force to reckon with. So I think that Alabama will have his hands full. Will have their hands full, obviously, with him. And then, oh by the way, what about Moose Muhammad? Stepping up in a big way.
Elusive, game changer. I think that's going to be the X factor. Hopefully, look, guys, I don't like blowouts, so y'all know me. I hope it's a close game. So if y'all got flack, I don't care. I don't read the comments no way. Psych, I do, and I'm gonna comment.
Psych.
So I think this is going to be the guy that's going to go inside and outside. Is going to try to blow the top off. I'm excited because Bama gets everybody's best. So I don't think it's just going to be a run-through game. And Mississippi State, man, they look good. They are in the top 25 this year. So the SEC is looking pretty strong this year. I don't think any team has it all together yet. I think every team is still trying to find that identity. We're at the halfway mark. So I think it's going to be a juggernaut. It's going to be a slugfest.
And so let's get into our predictions. And before I do want to give a shout out to our sponsors, the Alabama Cattlemen's Association. We appreciate you for all that you do, being our sponsors. And so,
because Jimbo and Nick got beef, right?
That's so good. You got jokes.
Yeah, I got jokes today.
You got jokes. All right, so you want me to go first? Or you want to go first?
You got it today.
All right, so here's my deal. My prediction is, first of all, will Bryce Young play? I think the answer to that is probably not. And if not, Jalen Milroe, has he settled in? Have they figured it out? Do they figure out how to give him, obviously, make the calls based on the personnel and what they have with him, his skill set, number one. Number two, defense. The defense has got to quit making miscues, mistakes. Those are starting to tear Alabama up, and that ain't going to work later in the season. So the penalties, the mental mistakes, got to end it. Number three, Alabama's at home, Bryant-Denny Stadium, nighttime, under the lights. Everyone loves the light show.
Yes.
So I'm going to give Alabama this game, but I'm going to go a little bit lower scoring, y'all.
Okay.
31-17. It's pretty low.
I'm not too far off from that.
Okay.
I'm not too far off. One, for the people who don't know what the AC joint is, this is what I had. I'm sure a lot of you guys saw when AJ McCarron tweeted and was like, hey, I had the same thing. It was your AC and your labrum. Well, guess what? I had the same thing. The Thaw's AC joint went in. I got 2 screws in my shoulder.
Ooh.
But I'm not saying that. Now, they do have a little bit of advances. We don't know. So I wouldn't be banking on seeing Bryce. If it's just an AC joint, guys, it's tough. I mean, it used to hurt to sleep at nighttime. You know, they shoot you up like horses around here. Because at the end of the day, that's what y'all are. You pay for what you get. But I'm excited to see what Milroe's going to do, point blank, period. Give me 35-14.
All right.
Bama.
Brought to you by Alabama Beef Farmers and Ranchers.